Hello, everyone. Today, we are continuing our Premier Enterprise sessions, Ask Real Estate Attorney. And the topic of today's discussion is going to be the very important topic. It's called probate. Why it's very important? Because I'm sure that some of them, if you're a realtor, have ran across this topic in your real estate career, or you've been asked questions, or you've been dealing with that on your listings or on your purchase transaction, or you just want to have the general information because this topic comes up in the process of your career once or more, or may come up. And this is extremely important to have knowledge, at least general knowledge, on this topic, so you would not be confused or lost if you come across of the probate. But before we proceed to our today's presentation and today's session, let me introduce myself so you know who is hosting this webinar and you know who is presenting this webinar. And that's the brief introductory I'm going to make. Premier Enterprise Realty and me, the broker and owner of Premier Enterprise Realty, Marina Galushko, are going to be the hosts of this webinar. Premier Enterprise Realty, we are different. And let me tell you why we are different. Not only because we run this important educational, informative webinars across not even across Miami anymore as we did before, I would say across the entire social media to bring knowledge, information to the general public, to realtors, but also because we are one of the kind company on the market that offers you 100% commissions. You may say, well, there are a lot of companies on the market that offer 100% commissions. So what's the difference? Big difference, very big difference. Other companies, there are a lot of companies on the market that claim to be 100% commission. And this is the key word, claim. We don't claim, we give 100% commission, because other companies who claim to be 100% commissions, they still charge. I know a lot of companies on the market like that. They state they are 100% commissions, but once it comes to the contract and details, they charge right and left. And you know that too. You've seen companies like that. They charge monthly fee, sign up fee, annual fee, quarterly fee, desk fee, administrative fees, and other types of fees. I've even seen the royalty fees once, so I'm not sure what it is. Well, but we do not charge realtors any fee. That's what makes us different, because if I charge even 1 cent, I'm not 100% commission anymore, right? Because it's not 100% commission. It's 100% commission minus 1 cent. It's just logically. And on top of giving you all 100% commissions on sale, we offer a lot of great features. First, we pay for errors and emission insurance. A lot of companies, they require you to buy errors and emission insurance, or they charge you per transaction. It may not sound that big, like maybe $75, maybe $100, but imagine if you make 20 transactions per year, is $2,000 gone from your pocket. We also offer very convenient method of payment, and this is amazing. That's what our realtors love. You get ACH, direct deposit of your commissions directly to your account. You don't need to come to me to the office. You don't need to call me. You don't need to wait for your commissions. You wake up in the morning and commissions are already on your account. Convenient, isn't it? Also, you get paid at closing on sales transactions. So again, you don't need to wait until your check is cleared by the bank. You don't need to wait until title companies send me the check, when our company deposits it to the bank and bank clears the check, it takes a while. It may take 1 or 2 weeks, and it's your commissions. You need to get your money as soon as possible, right? Because it's your money. With Premier Enterprise Realty, you will get your commissions on the spot at the closing table. I provide the commission disbursement authorization. It's time-consuming procedure, but I'm willing to put my time and my energy into that for my realtors' convenience. And sometimes realtors come up at midnight. Marina, I have a closing tomorrow. And even at the midnight, I prepare the commission disbursement to accommodate your closing early in the morning. And my realtors know that. They call me 24/7 broker, and that's how I am. Also, that's one of the most important features. We give you leads, unlimited free leads. Unlimited means we don't put limitations like 1 lead per month or 1 lead per year or 1 lead per week. Whatever comes to my hands goes to you, my realtors. And show me the broker, show me the company on the market that gives free unlimited leads. I've never seen a company like that. And you may say, well, those leads probably are not good. They're great leads. First of all, they're real leads. They're not fake. They are real people. Before I send that lead to you, I talk to that person. So that lead is already past, I call it check control. So like I already checked on that lead. I already checked what that person wants. I gathered the information. And when you get that lead, you get that lead together with this information, what that person looks for and needs. So it's an absolutely real lead, and my realtor know that. Not only that, some leads are rental, some leads are for sale. And the high top lead amount is, believe it or not, $5 million. Yes, I gave out $5 million lead to my realtor. We had $1 million lead, we had $1.3 million lead, we have above million, we have below million, we had lots of leads for $300,000, $400,000, $500,000, $700,000, but $5 million lead is the top lead. Have you ever gotten $5 million lead from your broker? I know the answer. I've been in real estate for so many years, and I've been the great producer, but believe me, I never ever received even $1 million lead, even $500,000 lead from any of my previous brokers. That's why when I created this company years ago, I promised myself that my realtors will get the best service, the best support, and great leads, and I will do everything to build up their professional career. And one more amazing, great feature that we offer at Premier Enterprise Realty is the honor to have an amazing, professional, experienced attorney, Jonathan May, who you see right now, to consult our realtors. And he does exclusively for our realtors, he does provide free legal consultations exclusively to our realtors. For other people, welcome Jonathan May. You're very welcome to use his service. He's been our company attorney since the beginning of Premier Enterprise Realty existence. And I gotta tell you, it's an honor and pleasure that Jonathan May has given us the privilege to Premier Enterprise Realty. He's given us the privilege to be our company attorney. And we're looking for so many more years and decades for the future collaboration, cooperation, and to provide you, our realtors, and other realtors and clients with an amazing service that Jonathan May offers. Welcome, Jonathan May. You see him on the screen. And before we proceed to the topic, of our discussion, let me briefly give you the introduction of Jonathan May and the Lion's Den. I keep repeating, he's amazing. He is the best from all lawyers I know in this industry. And believe me, I know a lot of people in this industry. Why he is the best, both personally and professionally. What I absolutely love about his service and his personality, and what my realtors absolutely love about his service and his personality, he's very nice. He possesses such an amazing amount of knowledge, but he doesn't show off. He conveys those knowledge to my realtors during meetings, during webinars, during private individual consultations, phone consultations, or any other types of interaction, professional interaction, in a very polite, very nice, very professional, yet very clear, professional manner. And that's very appealing. When you deal with professional person who is nice, who is respectful, who is willing to give you those knowledge, and even if you don't get from the first time, he's willing to repeat and convey those knowledge in a very soft, nice manner, that's very attractive. Believe me, that's very attractive. Another thing about Jonathan, he's not just an attorney. He is an attorney, but he is also an educator and writer. That's what puts him aside from other people in this industry. Because one thing, if you're a great professional, that's already great, and that's what the Jonathan is. But if on top of being the great practitioner, you also teach people, that puts you above. You teach those people who are going to practice. He is a professor at Miami-Dade College. He teaches people who are going to practice in the future. That's what makes him standing out, because not only he possesses the great amount of knowledge, but he also has an ability to convey those knowledge to the audience. And those two qualities together, that's what makes you as a professional precious. Another thing is Jonathan is an author of the book. He wrote the book. He is a writer. That's another thing what makes him standing out from other people. Believe me, the person who teaches, who writes, he is definitely standing out. And the book is amazing. If you want to read that book, I read that book. I highly recommend you to read that book. Appeal to Jonathan. He will send you the information on that. And not only that, he practices the great variety of legal fields. One thing is, if you're an attorney and you're a title attorney, great. Another thing is, if you are the divorce attorney and you're the good attorney, great. But in real estate, it's extremely important for us, real estate professionals, to deal and to have a backup of an attorney who practices fields that are related to real estate. Because not every transaction in real estate, as you know, is alike. You may get a listing, and that listing may face eviction, partition, probate, divorce, or any other taxation lawsuits, or any other insurance claims, or any other problems. And until those issues are cleared, you may not be able to proceed forward and sell the property. So you're happy, you got a great property, you got a great listing, so you know you're gonna sell, and then boom, bunch of issues coming up, and your client is lost. I personally had issues when I was a realtor, not the broker. Many years ago, I faced an issue of the partition with one of my listings. I cannot disclose details for the privacy of information, but at that time, Premier Enterprise Realty didn't exist. Broker, I did not have the broker like myself who backs up my realtors 24/7, and I did not know Jonathan. So my client was lost, I was lost, I did not know what to ask, where to go, like what is this all about? I did not have support who would help my client. And my client, she eventually gave up and I lost the listing. And I'm sure some of you have gone through losing the deals or properties because they did not have the strong backup. With John, you are in a good hands. John and I, we are here to back up our realtors, to help our realtors, to provide their clients information, support, and back them up all the way to make your clients happy, satisfied, and completing their transaction. Now, I already made an introduction, and before we proceed directly to the topic, I want to make a disclaimer that neither Premier Enterprise nor I, the broker, are affiliated with Jonathan May or Lions Den, so therefore we are not benefiting financially or otherwise, and we are not responsible for any statements that are said by Jonathan May or Lions Den during this presentation. And we are here for exclusively information purpose, to bring the genuine information to the public, to expand your knowledge in the industry of real estate for information. And again, if you are a realtor at Premier Enterprise Realty, we do our private meetings and informative webinars and consultations. Legal consultations by Jonathan May and Lions Den are free for our realtors, and for others, fees are very reasonable. So if you have any legal problems or any legal issues, you're very welcome to use Jonathan's service. And I'm not afraid to recommend him because our company has been using Jonathan's service since the very beginning. Okay, I'm done with my speech. Now Jonathan takes over, and today's topic is sad topic. It's not fun topic, but it's extremely important topic, probate. Probate is when estate of the deceased person is taken over or proceeded to be distributed. I'm just reading from internet because realtors are not allowed to legally give any consultations or any information. So Jonathan is going to take over and tell us what probate is. Why I keep saying it's extremely important topic is because at the moment of grief, at the sad moment, when you, God forbid, lose the family member, the last thing you want in your life is to deal with legal issues, to be confused, to be uncertain, and add up the problem to the already stressed, sad, unhappy life. That's why having knowledge, at least on the basics of the probate, are important. Because one day or another day, some of your clients may go through that probate, and you may be the listing agent or buyer agent on that transaction. Or if you're the general public, not realtor, it's also important to know at least the basics. We talk about further details on the probate to bring deeper knowledge to our realtors at Premier Enterprise Realty. So join us if you're a realtor. Join our company, so you will get not only 100% commissions, but the great knowledge by the great attorney Jonathan May. Now, John, I'm done with my speech. Please take over. It will be an interactive meeting. I will be asking questions. But today we are presenting the part one, what probate is, what the procedure. And next time, we will continue to the part two of this topic, how to avoid probate. Today, we will be focusing on definition of the probate, what it is. And next time, please join us. John is going to tell you how to avoid the probate. John, please tell us the definition, the basic, what the probate is. Welcome, Jonathan May, attorney at Lions and the Lions then attorney at law with offices in Brickell, Miami, Tampa, and affiliation in Manhattan, New York. Welcome, John.
Thank you, Marina. I'm just so thankful to be a part of this, to join you, and to be in your presence at any time. Your joy.
Thank you.
I love real estate. I love doing this, and probate's an important aspect that affects real estate. So it's great to have knowledge about it. And so probate is when a person passes away, and then you're looking at the distribution of their remaining assets. And so everything has to be distributed. And so the wonderful thing for real estate professionals is that it offers an opportunity. And so we can look at, you know, how probate works. But the most important thing is when somebody dies and they own a property, not always, sometimes that property is going to go to a specific person, but sometimes if it goes to multiple people, they'd rather sell it and split up the money, almost like the partition we talked about last time. They sell it and then they take the money and they distribute it to the parties equally, or however there's, you know, it's supposed to be divided by the law. And so you have opportunities for sale, and you also have opportunities for lease. Maybe they want to lease it while they're going through the probate process. And you'll have some lease opportunities. It's a lot less likely that it'll be leased, but you know, any opportunity is great. It's definitely an abnormal process for realtors that are having to deal with the probate situation, because it's not like one person can just decide on behalf of the probate. So the court is going to put one person in charge of the probate, which is a personal representative. But that person, while they have some decision-making power, a lot of what they're going to be doing has to be ratified by the judge. And the judge is going to determine whether to ratify it based on what the parties or the beneficiaries think about that specific transaction. And so the beneficiaries are the people that will receive from the probate. So it's the heirs. And the personal representative is a person that's administering the estate, or that's going to be working with the court or on behalf of the court and on behalf of the deceased to do all the administrative tasks. And there's a lot of administrative tasks, but the best way to look at it is the personal representative almost acts exactly like they're the person that passed away in terms of doing the work for them, like they're a power of attorney in a sense. It's just very similar, but it's different. And so when you are doing sales on behalf of a probate or working on behalf of a probate, essentially if you get an offer, it's not like the personal representative can just say, oh, we'll take the offer, and it's quick like that. Unfortunately, there's a process. And so the best thing you can do is keep the other party informed. Hey, this is a home that's under probate, and there's a little more administrative work that needs to be done before we can give you an answer. So the other party isn't just waiting. Hey, it might take a week before we can give you an answer, instead of having an answer right away. And that's really important because you want to keep those valuable buyers and those great offers. And you want to keep them informed and work both parties so that they feel comfortable with the transaction. Like if you didn't say anything and you take a week to respond on an offer, a lot of buyers would panic and probably give up or move on. And communication is so key of, hey, this property is going through a probate. And then what happens is, as a realtor, when you get the offer, you're going to transmit that offer to the personal representative, who will transmit it to their attorney. Every probate has to have an attorney in Florida. So in other states it's different, but in Florida you have to have an attorney. So they'll submit it to the attorney will do the proper paperwork, and they'll submit for approval. The court will approve it. Once they approve it, the personal representative can sign on behalf of the probate. So they need the court's order first, then they can sign, and then you're just moving like normal. But it's kind of like everything slows down a little bit. And if the parties contest it, you know, then it can slow it down even more. Say you get a great offer, but one of the parties is like, oh, I think we could do better, we should wait. The judge is going to hear both sides and make a determination. And when you're making those arguments, sometimes it takes a little longer to get a determination from the judge. So you just have to be patient and do your best and work with the situation however it's presented to you, and try to communicate as best you can.
Thank you. Thank you very much for giving us the basic definition. And it As I told you at the beginning, Jonathan has an ability to convey his knowledge in a very clear, concise, precise manner that it's like ABC. It's very, very clear. And he just gave us the definition. He just gave us the parties who are involved and how it works. And I gotta tell you, at our company, we have probate transactions, as all real estate brokerages, they have it. And one great feature, one great value at Premier Enterprise Realty is when we have a complications like probate, partition, or any other issues, I step in as a broker because I'm not afraid to say I'm very knowledgeable. All my realtors know that because I'm a UCLA graduate, I have degrees in sciences, I'm trained at the university how to do research, how to constantly search and expand my knowledge, and that already became a habit. So I do possess a lot of knowledge just as John has, but if I don't know something, I continue researching and I appeal to John. We as a team back you up. So if there is any problem, if there is any probate issues or any problem, I step in, John backs you up, we help you. You're not going to be lost if you are one of our realtors. If you're not our realtor, then I hope the basic definition of what John just said helps you to get the general knowledge. However, this meeting is an interactive session, so I'm going to be asking a few questions. I know probate very well, but let's pretend I don't know. Let's pretend I don't know anything. I'm just a general public who've never dealt with probate. So my first question as a general public who've never seen or read about the probate or have a very, very general limited knowledge, my first question is, how long does it take? What's the time frame?
So it'll vary greatly depending on the situation involved with the probate. Some of it has to do with the individual judge. Some of it has to do with the challenges associated with the property and the situation. For instance, if a property has, say, outstanding liens or encumbrances or some issue that ties things up, it can take a lot longer. But typically, a probate might take between a year and 2 years. Really challenging ones can take much longer, 5 to 10 years even. But typically they'll go quickly. And you asking that question kind of made me think about one common challenge that I see with realtors is that people come to realtors and they need to go through the probate process. Somebody's died and they want to sell the property and they haven't gone through the probate process yet. And so as a realtor, I think the best thing you can do is just understand it's going to be a process. You might have 6 months before you can sell it, and that they need to speak to an attorney and probably do the probate first. A lot of people that come to me, they want to find a way around just to sell the property. And it's virtually impossible because you can't get title insurance. It won't be covered, and they'll see that it's owned by somebody that's deceased, and you won't be able to get a signature from the deceased person. So it's going to have to go there. And really, the faster you can start the process, the faster you're going to get closer to finishing. But there is, once you start it, I would say there'd be a good maybe 3 to 6 months before you'll even have an opportunity to put it on the market. And so, if you just have somebody and they just passed away, there's time there, but definitely urge them to get started as soon as they can. And that'll get you moving as quick as you can to being able to sell the house or accomplish it that way.
Great. Next question. Again, let's pretend I'm just general public. I'm not the real estate broker, and let's pretend I have very limited knowledge about probate. Next question. Can attorney expedite the process, or attorney is just filing the paperwork that needs to be filed? I know a lot of people like, what question is that? I know a lot of you know the answer. I know the answer too, but some don't. And that is, let's clarify. Can attorney expedite, or attorney is just to file the paperwork that needs to be filed?
So there's a very great difference between excellent attorneys and not excellent attorneys, and excellent
True,
attorneys move very
true,
quickly,
true.
and attorneys that aren't excellent, it moves a lot slower. There's still
So
a
this is
process
the key.
you have
I
to go
knew
through.
that answer because in some cases, you can get an attorney just because you need a legal representative, but in some cases, you need an attorney who is just like that, who stays on top and moves. That's what the Jonathan is about. That's what I like about Jonathan. He's very responsive. He's very fast. Your file is not going to be laying on his desk forever, being forgotten. Happens like that, not with John. So yeah, that's a good question. That's true. That's true. He speaks from his experience and his knowledge, and I speak from my experience. I've seen the cases when it was laying on the desk for a while, and attorney was not moving it forward, and that's an unfortunate slowing down the time. Next question. That person who is assigned by the court, who acts as a representative of the estate, who is that person? You said the court appoints that person. Who is that person? Person working at the court, attorney only, court or any other legal representative, anybody who has a power of attorney, or family member only. So who that person is.
That's a great question. And so the personal representative, the opportunity to be one is enumerated by Florida statutes. And typically it's one of the beneficiaries. And so they're going to look at, the beneficiaries can take a vote. And typically it's the beneficiary that has the greatest interest. And that beneficiary has to live in Florida, has to be above the age of 18, they have to be competent. And
what
one
if
of the
that
biggest
beneficiary does not live in Florida and is a foreign citizen? Can that person, not the beneficiary, what if one of deceased heirs, the person who inherits that partially that estate with the biggest interest, what if that person does not live in Florida or even in the United States? Can he be appointed by as a representative?
So no, they can't. They'll definitely receive their share of the property, or it'll be held for them, and an account or in a trust. But they'll definitely receive their part. They can't be the personal representative, and the reason being is, the accounts and everything have to be done here, and so what they might want to do is move back and wait the time period necessary. But otherwise, they won't be able to, and that's created some challenges for me in the past trying to administer the estates, because you need somebody that's responsible and trusting. That person's going to be controlling, sometimes a lot of money, and they have a lot of work sometimes. And so you want the right person and the people trusted by the beneficiaries.
Okay, thank you for that. Another question, when person dies with will or without will? I know the answer. Again, don't have the general audience, please don't look at me like what kind of questions is she asking. I know the answer, but some of you don't. And again, we are presenting this webinar not only to the highly experienced real estate professionals or our realtors at Premier Enterprise Realty, where they always have a backup of me, the broker, or Jonathan May, our company attorney. We are just making this webinar for the general public, and some people are not really aware of any of the topics that we present, and this is the first time they hear about that topic. So, question: person dies with will, person dies without will. Is probate only for the person who dies with will or without will, or for both?
Great. So probate is for both, and when you die without a will, it's called intestate succession. And the way that Florida statutes design intestate succession is to do it exactly like they think most people would want it to be distributed. So it goes to immediate family first and then extended family. If there's nobody, no family whatsoever, then it's going to the state, unfortunately. And so a lot of people are in fear that it's, you know, if they die without a will, it's just going to the state. That's not the case. It's going to go to any family member down the line, up and down the line. But if there's no family members, it wouldn't go to like a friend. So if you wanted to go to a friend, if you wanted to go to an organization, you need a will.
Well, and I guess John has answered and covered all basic topics about the probate. He gave us the definition, he gave us the time frame, he gave us the party who are involved in the procedure. And again, if you or any of your clients are facing or experiencing the probate situation, and if they're looking for an attorney, Jonathan May, we recommend him because I have a great experience with him. He is our company's attorney, so I speak from experience. And if you have any questions about this webinar, please contact me, the broker at Premier Enterprise Realty. My email is very simple, broker@premierenterpriserealty.com. And if it's a legal question, I will pass it to Jonathan. If you need the legal service, as we already spoke, it's very crucial to have an attorney who moves the file fast. And that's what the Jonathan is about. He's faster, I know, from experience. And the next topic, please join us. Join us next time, because next time in 2 weeks, we are going to present the part 2 on probate, how to avoid probate. Because probate, it's a time-consuming procedure. It's a money-consuming procedure. And it's a procedure that takes time, that takes expenses, and how to avoid the probate. Is there the way to avoid the probate at all? That's what we are going to discuss next time with our company's great attorney, Jonathan May, and me, host, Marina Galushko, the real estate broker at Premier Enterprise Realty and Premier Enterprise Realty Plus. Thank you so much, John. We appreciate your time. Thank you for being our company attorney. Thank you for giving us the privilege of having you and your professional service at our company. Realtors at Premier Enterprise Realty, get Jonathan's consultations for free. That's a privilege we provide to our realtors. But if you're not our realtor, well, but still fees are very reasonable, right? Okay. Well, thank you so much, John. That was the Jonathan May, attorney at law and owner of the Lions Den great law firm with offices in Brickell, Miami, Tampa, and affiliation in Manhattan, New York. So if you have clients in New York, there we go. We have the legal team support. Thank you, John. Have a wonderful day. We will see you next time. And I appreciate your being with us. And thanks, everybody. Thank you for being with us. And we will see you next time. We will see you next time. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.